Hi, everybody. I did it again. I'm so bad at doing that. So, what's up, y'all? Today is Saturday, the 24th of January. And let me turn this down. It kind of bums me out to say that. Has it really only been 24 days in January? It feels like January has lasted forever, particularly as this January, at least in Dundee, has been nothing but dark, damp, windy, and wet, which it is today, and it has been for several days. But I suppose I shouldn't whinge because most of the states are facing severe winter storm alerts. So, I'm good. You may have been following my occasional posts about the problems I was having at night with the noise from the young ladies who live above me. And it wasn't noise throughout the whole flat. It was just a noise they made at night when I got in bed. Last night, I had an unexpected visit from the father of the young woman who lives above me. And it was a really good visit. And he was a really nice man. And we had a really good conversation. And he told me what he had done thus far and what he was planning to do in the future to mitigate the noise. You know, I took him through the house, particularly the bedroom, so he could see. And he got it. I not only felt like he listened to me, I felt like he heard and understood me. So I got a really good night's sleep last night following that. My stress levels have gone way down. And I can tell when they're way up because with the heart attacks and stuff, and listening to my body, learning to listen to it when I'm really stressed, my body does weird stuff. But today I feel cool. Actually cool in more than one way because it's cold, which is why I'm in my fleecy jumper today and my big fuzzy socks and my big fuzzy baffies. So, 5 years old. Little Liam Ramos being led away by ICE agents at 5 years old. Who locks up a 5-year-old kid when there are other people, including, the administrator of his school, running to the rescue going, we'll take him, don't take him. And they take him anyway. I am ashamed to tell people I'm an American. This has just gotten beyond ridiculous. And then there's the comments of the so-called commander-in-chief on NATO, the NATO allies, and what they did in the aftermath of 9/11. The U.S. asked for help. The UK and the NATO allies stepped up. Private Bone Spurs deferred 5 times, maybe 4 or 5 times. So how can he possibly know or have any knowledge of Who was on the front line? I've never been more disgusted in my life. And although my time in the military was brief, at least I went. Okay, so this, that was just, as Keir Starmer put it, it was appalling. Right, let me not rant about politics, although before I finish it, let me just say that as I was talking to my neighbor's dad last night, one of the things he asked me was, what did I think about Trump, and what did my American friends think about Trump? And this young lady's mom asked me the same thing the first time we had a lengthy conversation. And I can tell you, as someone who lives abroad, the opinions of the current president are not favorable. And the current standing of the U.S. in Europe and the UK, that's not favorable either. And that's sad, because the U.S. and the UK have had a lengthy, long relationship. And this sad, misogynistic, racist, homophobic, sexist, delusional old man is totally destroying the world order. So, okay, having said that, what's Kathy watching right now? Kathy is watching two things. I believe I told you I was watching on Netflix Gangs of London. I finished season 2 yesterday, and OMG, season 2, the death toll rose, and it was far more brutal than season 1. And it had a really good ending, and when it ended, I ran to DuckDuckGo and looked up season 3, because there's no season 3 for this on Netflix. And I found out, thank you God, season 3 exists on Now TV, which I have. So I will be watching that in the days ahead. While I was looking for that, though, as I often do, you know how you'll read 2 books at the same time or watch 2 series at the same time. I needed something else to watch, and I love my Korean crime dramas, or all my Asian crime dramas. So I found something really cool from Netflix Korea, and I don't know if you can get it elsewhere. It's on Netflix UK. It's called Trigger. South Korea, like Japan and several other civilized countries, they don't have guns. So, the premise for Trigger is some crazy person whose parents were killed when he was very, very young, and who had a hard life following on from that. They opened a website years later that says free guns. And if you know anything about a lot of the Asian countries, there's a high incidence of bullying and stuff. So he opens this website that says free guns, and all these people who have been bullied or cheated or otherwise hurt, they get free guns. And all of a sudden, South Korea is flooded with guns, and everybody's running around killing each other. It's like, whoa. I'm 2 episodes away from the end. It is, it's not as violent and as bloody and brutal as Gangs of London, but if that's not the kind of thing you can get into, then I recommend you don't watch either one. But in terms of, the storyline and the character development and just entertainment value, I can highly recommend both. So, that's it for your girl. Let me do some shout outs. Jennifer Duck, I saw on the news where Tennessee is, like in the path of the storm. I hope you and your family are safe. Joelle, I saw where Philly is in the path of the storm. To my former marital family in the South, in Georgia, please, y'all, don't just be careful of the ice on the roads, just be careful of ice. To my family and friends in Ohio, again, be careful of the ice on the roads and be careful of ice, because this is just beyond stupid. So, having said that, that's your girl out. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If you've got something to celebrate, party down. Because life is short. If you're grieving, know that the person who is gone, they're not really gone, because anyone who is ever loved, they're never really lost. Never. And until I upload my next video, as always, everybody, thank you for allowing me into your homes and, to share a little bit, of your day with me and my day with you. And until I upload my next video, as always, stay safe and live well. And that's your girl out.